Would you look at Miss Ohio?
The story of Kaitlin Hubbard's arrival at Duke University is not what many would call a story of extreme impossibility. In many ways, her story is a story similar to millions. The story we view as epitomizing not only immigration in America, but America itself. President John F. Kennedy once called America a nation of immigrants. It is stories like Kaitlin's that define America's melting pot history. Kaitlin's is a story of sacrifice and risk. It is a story of prejudice, discrimination, and struggle. It is a story of opportunity and prosperity. Kaitlin's story is a truly American story. Kaitlin was born and raised in Hamilton, Ohio, near Cincinnati. But like so many Americans, she can trace her family's history back across the Atlantic Ocean to Germany and Ireland. Her mother's family, the Beekleys, came from southern Germany in the mid-1800s. Her great-great-great-great-grandfather had a dream of being a writer. However, unable to pursue that dream in Germany, he left his friends, family, and homeland behind him and traveled to America, chasing what we now call the American dream. Like millions before and after him, he was processed at Ellis Island in New York City, lifting his eyes skyward to the golden torch of Lady Liberty and the tall skyscrapers of a bustling city skyline after the long voyage across the Atlantic. Kaitlin's first American ancestor never became a writer. Nonetheless, he was able to provide a brighter future for his children and their children with his hard work. According to the family story, he worked at some sort of industrial factory like many of his fellow immigrants. Immigration numbers from European countries like Ireland and Germany soared towards the middle of the 1800s. Periodic economic downturn gave rise to nativist sentiments as new immigrants were scapegoated and persecuted. Just as her family's story fits into the romanticized modern view of 19th century American immigration, so too does it fit into the anti-immigrant episodes we all try to forget. Over the course of America's 200-plus year immigration history, many immigrants have had to change their names in order to assimilate. We still see this today as many international students adopt American names for simplicity's sake. Kaitlin's last name, Hubbard, is in fact not a real name. To avoid discrimination and intolerance, her father's family adopted the last name Hubbard in the process of entering the nation. To this day, the family's original name has been forgotten. The validity of John F. Kennedy's claim that we are a nation of immigrants is still very contentious. However, in spite of this debate, we can all agree the unique and interesting aspects of immigration stories across the board, and the importance of remembering and appreciating the challenges our ancestors overcame that we might live such privileged lives here at Duke. Kaitlin is extremely grateful for the sacrifice and hard work of her immigrant ancestors in coming to America. She, like all of us, is thankful for the opportunities afforded us here at Duke. To use her words, simply put, I'm here because he sacrificed and came to America. While Kaitlin now intends to major in chemistry, she once had young aspirations of becoming a writer. Additionally, she hopes to write a children's book about chemistry in the future, fulfilling her ancestors' incomplete American dream. Once upon a time, a man left his family and homeland behind, immigrating to America, walking through the historic halls of Ellis Island, also that his family might have a brighter future.